Long box diving, where we pull comics out of the long box. Except today, where I'm not doing any of that. I'm in fact making D&D NPCs for an upcoming game. So this system, the Heroic Chronicle, that came out with WIldemount, Explorer's Guide to WIldemount, I really love as a way to create NPCs that have backstories and things I can pluck and use for adventures is awesome. Hey, Captain Comics. So I'm just going to go through and make a couple NPCs. If I'm really bad at names, so if you toss out names and if I like them, I'll plug them in there. But I'm just laid back. This is what I'm doing with my time, and may as well invite people to join me. So making NPCs, lots of fun. So with the system, there's a whole bunch of stuff. You start off with your home. So WIldemount has like a couple regions that you can start off with having an NPC from or a character from. After you get your home, you get your background, what did your job was. Before you became an adventurer, what did you do, right? And of course, there's social status and all that. Then you decide your hometown, and that depends family relationships. And from family relationships, you get events in your past. And it's really interesting. At least I like it, right? So we'll see. So let's go ahead and pull this up. So start off, let's see. Let's start with this first NPC. I have no idea who they're going to be. Not really planning to use them. Like I must have this character, but we'll see if the players ever get to them. So first things up, the homelands. Where did this person come from? So in order to find out, we're going to roll this. 1d100. A 6. So this person comes from the Menagerie Coast. The Menagerie Coast, imagine like Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a very good idea of what the Menagerie Coast is kind of like. So, given that we have the Menagerie Coast as our sorry, I'm just trying to share everything. So I'm going to take this here and start off. Now, do I want them to be a pirate or a merchant? Following Clovis Concord or the Revelry? I don't know yet. We'll find out. So this is the first NPC. Now their background. So we have an NPC from the Menagerie Coast, a very Caribbean-esque water-based society. What is the background? Let's go ahead and pick up a d20 here. And let's find out. 19, urchin, of course. Of course. An urchin in a sea pirate town? What could fit better other than being a pirate? That is great. So urchin. And based on that, right? So based on because they're an urchin in the Menagerie Coast, that means society looks at them in a certain manner, right? We're going to leave this on me for right now. So for a urchin in the Menagerie Coast, what are we looking at? Excuse me. They would have an ally. So definitely one ally. I still don't know if they're for the pirates or for the merchants yet, in a very basic explanation. So we have a urchin who has a friend in the Menagerie Coast. Very, very personal, very like freedoms for you. You're a person who's living their own life and etc. That's how their attitude on everything is. Next is their town. Really, their town is um, not the biggest issue I'd go with, but it is interesting. Like if they come from Dark Toe, for example, well, that's telling you exactly where they're from. They're from Dark Toe. Well, what is Dark Toe? It's a pirate town. It is a pirate town. It also determines, well, what is their family, and it gives you a little bit more of a story background to run with, and it's really neat. So we're gonna roll D100. I'm not gonna show this one off because it's actually being really quick. 88 Port Zune. Port Zune is a very, I don't remember actually. So we're going to go to Menagerie Coast, Port Zune. Port Zune is a city of trading. The best place for most people to learn trade. Training is moderate to expensive. Interesting. Many students end up actually becoming apprentices and eventually masters. So that's interesting. Settled between Phelan and Nicodranus. Port Zune is the industrial center of the Clovis Concord. So very mercantile, very industrial, working hard. A temple to Moradin is in the city. That's cool. Very Dwarven focus there. Very naval focused. Lots of ships are here. That's pretty cool. So government, they have a governor who's very hard-nosed about things. That's cool. His soldiers are very mistrusting. Criminals are forced into labor. Interesting. Crime, because there's so much crime, people are because there's so much production, people are always trying to counterfeit, steal things. So very, very criminal. Port Zune has lots of tall stone structures, metal beams, and towers. Very industrial. Not what I'd imagine for very, from what it sounds like, Port Zune here is very similar to industrial era England or London. That's cool. So it's less of your sea shanty pirate towns. This one is an industrial naval harbor. So it has 3 spheres connected to the central sphere. Cool. There's some adventures that can be done in Port Zune. That's not what we're focused about. So something that Port Zune here helps tell me is, what is the race of this person? They're 80% humans, 7% halflings, and 13% other races. So what I'm going to do is roll a D100, find out what this person is. 31, they're human. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Because of that, they're in a city. Cities are going to be important in a minute. So here we go. Let's show off this. So we got the race. Awesome. Family. So they're in a city. Let's roll a D100. 46, your typical base stuff, with 4 siblings. So this character, 2 parents, 4 siblings. That's awesome. There's a whole bunch of other stuff you can go for backstories if you want to do, like, who was my parents and what did they do for their living? And I'm not really concerned with this right now. I want to focus on this person, figure who they are out. Why did they become important in life at all? And that can be done through the help of a parent. 4 siblings. So once you have your family members, this is an interesting part. You find out, how many family members actually really affected your life in a major life-changing way. So what we do is roll a d3, which doesn't exist, not really. 2. So that means 2 family members had a really big impact on us. And what we're going to do here is roll this. Family relationships. 52 and 8. 52. This family member owes you a debt and they don't like it. They'll help you out when you need it, but only to clean the slate. You gain 1 ally. That's interesting. So this character has a family member that owes them a debt. With an extra ally. Allies are important. They'll become useful. So how does this work? Just interesting. You have a family member that owes you a debt. I'm sure that can become a story. Then we have 8. You thought you killed this family member, whether by accident or otherwise. You never expected to see them again, but now they're out for your blood. You gain 1 rival. Great. Having a quest giver or an NPC or a character who has a family member that hates them is awesome. Like that I can use. I can take that and say, oh, this character, they have a sibling who wants to kill them, right? And they need your help as adventurers. That's always great to have. So now this character has 2 allies, 1 rival. And that has stuff with it too. So we're going to roll 2 D100s, 57 and 87. So 57. You bonded with this person over a traumatic event, such as a battle or an armed robbery. If you ever tell them that you are in danger, they will try to aid you. So what I take and do is the ally that comes with the urchin now has this. This little tidbit. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know how that factor in. But that is cool. Then we're going to take 87. You and this person were affected with powerful magic, and you now both share a telepathic connection that functions while you're within 1 mile of each other. Awesome. So the family member that owes you a debt. Okay, and this is how I'm playing it here. The family member that owes this character a debt has a telepathic connection to you, or to the character. That's cool. That's cool. What kind of, like, again, this is how I'm going to build a story, right? Is you take this NPC somewhere in their life, a powerful magic affected them. Okay, some magical event affected them. This character also owes my NPC a debt. Well, how can I tie a magical thing and a debt together? I don't know. Maybe it's just me thinking. My NPC here saved their family member from certain doom using magic, right? Made a deal with some magician or something, and saved the life of the family member. Only now they're bonded psychically, and the family member is not exactly happy about it, but will do anything to clear the slate. Interesting. So that's just a rough idea, but if I can take this and run and connect it to, I don't know, either the urchin ally or the sibling or the family rivalry, then I can make a better story out of it, at least in my head, right? Sorry, I'm making sure that I can actually hear things because I don't know if I can hear stuff. Cool, I can hear. That is all I need to know. I want to make sure that I can hear before I spend an hour making a character or an NPC. That doesn't exactly, that I can't really share with people. So cool. How can I tie this into other things? And I don't know yet. We're going to find out because we still have a rival here. So what are we going to take with this? Well, I know one of my family members. This NPC thought they killed. Um, is now a rival. What does that mean? And we're going to show this off real quick. $33. You once loved this person, but broke their heart. Very. I mean, that fits, right? Why? Did this NPC think they killed their family member? Oh, I mean, I can tie this in. That I can't wait to try to tie this together. We'll get there because at this point we now have to find out what each of these allies and rivals like their stats are. What do they do in the world? Which is great. So I'm going to roll 3 times. Show this off for a minute. 15, 90, and 61. 15 is a bandit. So the urchin ally, where you bonded with them, well, the NPC bonded with them over a traumatic event, is a bandit. Very, very cool. I think that's going to be a separate event in this NPC's life. I think that's going to be something that's going to be kind of separate than the other set of events that occurred with their family members. I don't know yet. I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to turn out. But I think it's really cool that this urchin has a bandit friend. Makes an interesting NPC there. I don't know if this character is a good person. I don't think they are. They might not be. So my second roll was a 90. An assassin. Interesting. And you gain a fateful moment. So, family member that owes you a debt. So the family member that owes this NPC a debt is an assassin. Perfectly makes sense why they would not want to be in debt, but they would still help you. It's that honor code. I'm down for that. Great. It also means you have a telepathic connection with an assassin. That's an interesting NPC. My third roll was a 61. Let's go and show this off. That makes him a scout. So, I mean, somebody who just runs in the woods. Ugh. So a family member that's a scout once loved you, but you broke their heart and almost killed them. I don't know how that's going to tie together. I'm not sure yet. So, fateful moment. You have a fateful moment from the assassin NPC that is tied with you. Now let's show this off. Let's roll a d20. A 4. You were caught in a terrible storm, but miraculously survived. Now your dreams contain visions sent by a mysterious god or demigod. Interesting. I'm having ideas on how to tie this together, right? And I think I know how I'm going to tie this together. At least the family members, right? What happened with your family members? These 2 family members that caused them to one to turn on you, one to cling to you. What happened? And we're going to find this out. So after you get the faithful moments, you have favorite foods. I'm not worried about that. Mysterious secrets. Is there anything useful in here that I could? Nah. There's nothing in there that I'm really concerned about right now. Let's take a look at this. So, prophecy. A prophecy about this character. I will defeat the creature that killed my parents. Great. Works because they are an urchin. That only makes sense. So, because of that, I'm going to go ahead and say neither of the parents of the family members in the scenario. It's just not going to happen. This NPC has one sibling that is an assassin, and you two were affected with powerful magic, which causes this NPC and the assassin NPC to be linked. Telepathically, the assassin NPC owes you a debt. Here's what I'm going with. Also, tied to the assassin NPC, a fateful moment is a terrible storm you two were caught in, right? Those two were caught in. But they miraculously survived. Here's what I'm going to go with. While out on the seas, this is a naval town. The three siblings here, others, yeah, the only the three siblings. There's two more on lands somewhere, but they're not important for this. They're not part of our story. We don't care about them. So, three siblings, and got to sea. Dun dun dun. They, I think they were caught in a lightning storm or a thunderstorm, something really dangerous that was going to capsize the boat, as evidenced by the earlier note with the assassin. Very cool. Now this NPC has dreams from a weird sent by a okay. Maybe that'll work. Chrome crashed really hard there. The entire computer just decided not to work. It's real great. My camera's frozen. Are we back? I'm back. Oh boy, that was a mess. It crashed hard. It crashed hard. I guess I'm gonna have to wrap this up soon. So we were left with three siblings on a boat. Big storm hit them. So what I've come up with is that this NPC I created prayed to the Storm Lord, Cord, I believe. And so I'm pretty sure this is going to be Cord. I don't know. I might tweak this later. But big storm. And I'm not sure how it happened, but I think the assassin NPC was falling overboard or something like that. They were falling overboard. Our NPC here prayed and was able to miraculously save them through divine intervention. And with a crack of lightning, it struck the boat and struck their other sibling on the boat. Saving one, but losing the other. With a miraculous pulling the assassin NPC out of the water, saving them from certain death. The scout NPC was hit by lightning and fell to the ground. Dead? Question mark. So what do you do when you have a dead person out on sea? You give them to the ocean. And that's what these people did. They gave their sibling to the ocean, and the ocean changed them. A corruption hit the scout NPC, their sibling, and warped them in such a way where they're now a monster. Maybe like a marrow, something like that, serving a dark, evil creature. Our NPC here is undoubtedly a cleric serving Cord, the Stormlord. I'm pretty sure it's Cord. I might be wrong. There's the clerical intervention gave the assassin NPC and our cleric NPC here a tether psychically. And that's where we're at. I have an NPC here who has a tie. They have an enemy hunting them. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it because I can't risk the computer crashing like that again and then having a live stream playing but no video going. So I'm going to leave that with it right here. And I'll see you next time in Longbox.